Hello everybody, I am wanting to post a video about Parvo and what I have been dealing with on some rescue puppies that I got. And here's a little bit of the backdrop. My sister texted me a picture and said, look, these puppies need homes, and the person that has them does not want them and is going to find a way to get rid of them that day. So the dog lover in me took them, and I should know better because I've had dogs for years. But Parvo didn't even cross my mind when I brought them into my house because they seemed healthy at the time. Anyway, long story short, they naturally were full of worms. I dewormed them, and with great success. And I was thinking the wormy medicine was making one of them sick. I had one that they said were from the same litter, a 7.5 pound border collie looking dog, and a 4 pound blue heeler looking puppy, both females, and supposedly from the same litter. When I wormed them, they both lost 1/2 pound. It's going to happen with worming, right? Didn't think anything of it. And then the little one, the tiny one, she started getting sick, and I thought she was just not as healthy as the other one and was having a reaction to the medicine. A couple days went by, and she began to get worse. And not right now, Petey. Not right now, Mommy's videoing. That's my little chihuahua wanting in my lap right now. Hang on a second, let me get her. Or him. Come here, Petey. Come here, Pete. This is Petey. He's 6 years old. He'll be 7. He is the world's sweetest chihuahua ever. Everyone that meets him says that. Even the vets that have been vets for like decades have said that he is the nicest, calmest, sweetest chihuahua they ever met. Anyway, so about the Parvo. She started to get sick, and I took her into the vet Monday. They gave her antibiotics, but we weren't for sure if it was Parvo. She got 2 doses, and both dogs got doses of antibiotic, and the vet went ahead and wormed them again. Next day came, she got even worse, deteriorated over the night, the little tiny one. Took her in again, and at this point she was severely dehydrated, and we gave her, the vet gave her IV therapy and gave her some fluids. I took her home and started to try to get her to get Pedialyte, and she just couldn't take any liquids. She was losing everything and severely dehydrated to the point that the doctor had to do sub-Q because she couldn't find a vein to be able to do the IV part of it. Anyway, I nursed her all night long, and about 12:30 that night she finally passed away in my arms, and it was so sad. I only had her for a few days, but I was still attached to her. And that's the first time I've ever had one of my own dogs that I've ever owned die of Parvo, even though I have witnessed it from other dogs. And it's heartbreaking, it really is, to watch a dog slowly die, and knowing that you tried everything within your reason that you know of it in that immediate moment time to take care of it. Anything on the internet that you have to purchase, it could take 2 to 3, 4 days for you to get it. And once you notice it, any homeopathic remedy, you're probably not going to get it in time. Hopefully you do if you catch it really early, but hers was pretty advanced, so I went ahead and ordered something on Amazon. Had great reviews. This is what it is. It is, let me see if you guys can see it. Oh, there. Parvo. Is it showing? Okay. It's called Parvo K by Pet Alive. You can get it anywhere, Amazon, Walmart.com, but on Amazon Prime you can get it in your 2 to 3 days if you use Prime. It's $33 pretty much across the board, no matter where you go. So you might as well use Amazon, and I'm not necessarily promoting it for a link, but because you get free shipping with Amazon Prime and you can get 2 or 3 days, that's probably your best bet. But anyway, what this is are these little capsules. Let me show you here in the video. I'll pour them into here so you can kind of get an idea of what they are. There are these little pellets in here. They're real tiny, if you can see one there. They're real tiny little pellets, and you can see a picture on the internet. They look like those little, let me get that in, I don't want to lose them because $33 for this bottle. Every little capsule matters because you're only supposed to use 1 pinch for like every 10 to 20 pounds or whatever. So you don't use very many. Oh, there's one's getting away from me. Okay, I'll pick that up here later. Anyway, so I went ahead and ordered it, and thank God I did because, my second puppy, my bigger one, call her Gracie Girl, she is starting to show symptoms. So I started noticing this yesterday afternoon, and just kind of watched her to see, but she started getting a little more lethargic through the evening, and I noticed her stools getting looser, and then the minute she started throwing up her liquid, I knew right then she's definitely got the parvo. So I gave her first dose at 2:30 this morning. It's like 7 o'clock a.m. my time now, so it's time to give her second dose. And I have seen really good results. She's already starting to drink and eat again. And 5 hours ago, she really didn't want much to do with water or Pedialyte or food or anything. And now she's running around and eating and drinking. And time will tell if she's keeping it down. But anyway, this medicine, it says to take, or homeopathic medicine. I'm a researcher, so trust me, I've done my fair research of everything else. My boyfriend tells me that I got my degree from Google University, my doctor's degree. So anyway, Parvo K. Second dose, they say that you're supposed to give this 5 times a day for the first 10 to 15 days, and then a week after that, 3 times a day. And a lot of people in the reviews have said like within 2 or 3 of the doses, they start seeing a positive result. And basically what it does is it helps alleviate the symptoms. Parvo is a virus, and people are, viral infections, just like flu, is viral. And there is not an antibiotic to treat that virus because you can't treat a virus with an antibiotic. It has to be bacterial for that. Okay, people out there, flus, you can't take amoxicillin for flu. I'm just letting you know that. Anyway, Parvo K, so these are just going to treat the symptoms while the virus passes in the system. And most of it's a gastrointestinal, attacks the lining of the stomach, the intestinal tract, and creates a lot of vomiting and diarrhea, dehydration. So they don't die necessarily from the disease or from the virus. They die from what I'm reading on the internet, from the severe dehydration caused from the virus. So if you can treat and control the dehydration through controlling the vomiting and the diarrhea, and help alleviate the pain in the stomach so they can help keep the food down, then hopefully they'll make it through the passing of this virus. I just wanted to throw that out there to you all and let you know. Like I said, I've never used this before, so I'm not necessarily promoting it right now, but I want to let you know how it's going. My little girl, let me see if I can get her. Okay, let me find her. The little rescue dog. She's right here below me on the floor. Come here, Gracie girl. Come here, buddy. You want to do a cameo shot? Okay, here's my Gracie girl. Oh, I cannot let Parvo take this little girl from my life. She's got this eye problem too. She's going to have surgery on it because they've already tried to put it back in and it's not working. So, but we'll treat that later because she's going to have surgery. She's going to have to be well for that. So this little girl, no, she's a keeper. All puppies are keepers. But she's doing pretty well. She's asleep because it's 7 o'clock in the morning. But because she's sleeping right next to me. Anyway, so that's where we're at, and hopefully I'm going to try to post more videos throughout this and let you know the updates of everything. Maybe take some pictures if I get a chance and include it in the video. But there's some other remedies out there too, homeopathic type of elixirs and teas and things like that. But some of the products that they use, and I bought some of these emergency tea products to try to help treat the other puppy, but she was, I think, too far dehydrated for it to really help her out any, because I tried, and within 5 or 6 hours, she had already passed away. Her name was Labby. But this right here, Echinacea, I don't know. Anyway, this is about, $6 or $7 at the store, so it's not too pricey, but it's part of what you'd put in there. Also, they recommend chamomile tea, caffeine-free, obviously, because caffeine's not good for dogs. Caffeine's an irritant to the stomach, so caffeine-free. And this right here, it's a mint medley because they recommend peppermint and spearmint, and we know that that helps soothe the stomach. And this helps, I think, soothing the stomach too, and I think it helps with stress and anxiety and things like that. So these two products, that supposedly you mix in this tea with this right here, okay. And then one recipe called for garlic. I've seen it put in there. Another one is white willow bark, which you at least in my hometown Walmart, I couldn't find it in my Walmart, my Walgreens, my other grocery store that has a pretty large pharmacy section and these types of pills too, and I couldn't find white willow bark anywhere. So it's one of those things you'd have to order on the internet, and there again, time is of essence. And now if you live in a metro city, larger city, mine's like 25,000 people in my town, so a larger city, you probably could come across that. And I probably could have gone to my homeopathic store, and I just didn't even think about that. I should have done that, but really, white willow bark's mainly for pain and stuff like that, so I don't think it probably would necessarily helped. They recommend colloidal silver, which colloidal silver is good for a lot of things. Even for humans, we could take colloidal silver, and I used to have it, but I don't have any more of that. And as a help with the immune system, and ginger, turmeric. There's a lot of different things that you can stick in this tea, so go look those out if you've got a puppy under Parvo. It's got Parvo right now that maybe is getting really bad, and while you're waiting for something like this to come in the mail, you can try these emergency tea elixirs. There's little Peter's back there. Do you see him? Anyway, he's going to be 7 this year. So that's where we're at right now, and like I said, I'll give you updates to see how she's doing. And I caught it fairly early. Like I said, I've seen a little bit of some diarrhea and her first signs of throwing up water. So that's where she's at in the virus. So obviously she's had it for at least a few days, and she's just now showing the symptoms for it. Hopefully she's strong enough to be able to fight it off. And anyway, it's been 12 minutes on here, so I don't want to stay too terribly long because I know videos are boring to listen to any length of time. So just keep posted. And 7 a.m. so I'm kind of tired. I've been up for the last 3 or 4 days with almost no sleep, and treating with the other dog and now this little Peppers. And it is, if your dog has Parvo, I pray that God heals your little puppy, and that you have access to what you need. Like they said, homeopathic medicine is great, but you also need to try to get an antibiotic to help treat any secondary infections in the system that come as a result of what Parvo does to the system. So you do need that. If your dog does need hydration, do go get IV therapy from your vet. But unfortunately, it can be very, very pricey from what I understand. Luckily, I have a local vet here that's very, very affordable. And so it didn't cost me much, and she knew that it was a rescue dog, so she didn't charge me hardly anything at all for it. Anyway, make sure that you bleach everything, disinfect everything, and that you use the right amount of ratio. I've heard 15 to 1, 5 to 1, whatever you want, and bleach everything. Make sure you use Petey. Hush it, buddy. Make sure you use the bleach that does kill Parvo. From what I understand, some bleaches don't. Some do, some don't. There's products out there that are specifically designed for Parvo, but there again, it's not at your local store, unless maybe they might have it at PetSmart or PetSense, but we don't have that in our town, Petco. We have PetSense, but do use bleach, probably the Clorox brand that says kills 99.9%. From what I read, that Lysol does not kill Parvo. I'm not a doctor, but from what I've read, Lysol doesn't work. My first day, I'm spraying Lysol and everything. Apparently, it's for naught. But just disinfect everything. If they have diarrhea, honey stool on a carpet, and if the carpet's not worth a ton of money, I would just throw it away and go down to hardwood floors or ceramic tile or whatever until it can pass, so you're not contaminating anything else. If you've got any rugs that they have not gotten on yet and shed the virus, roll them up and get them out of your house until the virus is gone, and go down to hard surfaces. If not, you're going to have that virus in your system, and they say it can live in the ground up to a year, up to a few months in your house and stuff like that. So you don't want people coming in your house, picking up the virus and taking it home to their pets. So just remember that. Anyway, words of wisdom. Wish you all the best on your parvo. And I just pray that I have a positive outcome on my little Gracie girl. So bye bye until next time.